Number 9. Falling Forever, the discount roller coaster. Your brain made you know that dream where you're falling? Not skydiving, not bungee jumping. I mean the endless, stomach-lurching drop where gravity feels like it's trying to rip your soul out. Then, wham! You jerk awake, heart racing, legs twitching like you just tried to sprint in your sleep. That, my friend, is the hypnic jerk. Your body's way of saying, hey, just checking you're not actually dead. Scientists think it's a leftover survival reflex from when our tree-dwelling ancestors had to make sure they weren't about to roll off a branch while dozing. Your muscles suddenly contract, your brain screams, falling, and congratulations. You've just been jump-scared by your own nervous system. What's funnier is how your brain adds full-blown CGI effects. It could have just woken you up with a little muscle twitch. But no, it gives you a cinematic plunge through darkness because apparently your subconscious is auditioning for a horror movie. In short, it's like having a faulty smoke detector that screams at burnt toast, only this one wakes you up with a fake death plunge at 3 a.m. Number 8. The chased by something that wants to eat you. Special, you're running. Your legs feel like molasses. There is something behind you, a shadow, a monster. Your high school math teacher, and no matter how fast you try to go, it's gaining on you. Welcome to the anxiety buffet your brain serves up while you're unconscious. Dreams about being chased are one of the most common nightmare themes, and psychologists think they're basically your brain's danger simulator. Back in the caveman days, this rehearsal might have helped you survive real predators. Now, it just means you'll wake up sweating because dream. You couldn't outrun a slow-moving shopping cart. And of course, the thing chasing you is always weirdly vague. You never get a clear look. Why? Because your brain isn't here to give you closure. It's here to keep the suspense going, like a low-budget thriller that never shows the monster to save on special effects. Moral of the story, your mind might be a genius storyteller, but it's also a bit of a sadist. Number 7. Teeth falling out. Your brain's DIY horror show. You're having a perfectly normal dream. Maybe you're talking to someone. Maybe you're just minding your own business. And then you feel it. A tooth wiggles. Then another. Before you know it, you're spitting out teeth like you're in some weird dental-themed apocalypse. This nightmare is so common it should have its own fan club. Psychologists say it often pops up when you're feeling powerless or anxious about how others see you. In ancient times, losing teeth would have meant serious trouble for survival. Today, it just means your brain is using your mouth as a stage for its latest anxiety play. The worst part, your subconscious always makes it weirdly real. You can feel the crunch, the looseness, even that metallic taste. You wake up frantically checking in the mirror, relieved, but also a little annoyed, that it was just a dream. In other words, your brain is the kind of prankster who'd hide your car keys just to watch you panic, only here, it's your smile. Number 6. Late for an exam you didn't know you had. You're walking through some random hallway, could be your old high school, could be Hogwarts, and suddenly you realize there's a test today. A test you didn't study for. A test you didn't even know existed. This nightmare hits especially hard for anyone who's ever crammed for finals, which is to say, almost everyone. Psychologists think it's your brain's way of replaying performance anxiety. It's like your subconscious has a dusty old file cabinet labeled "Times You Almost Failed" and just loves to pull it out when you're trying to sleep peacefully. The kicker? Sometimes you don't even know the subject. It's not math, not history, not anything you've learned. It's just important test stuff, written in dream logic. And naturally, you've also forgotten your pencil. Basically, it's your brain sending you a memo at 3 a.m. Reminder, you're still worried about disappointing people forever and always. Sleep tight. Number 5. The can't move, can't scream. Special. You wake up, or at least you think you do. You can see your room, the ceiling, maybe the shadowy outline of your dresser, but you can't move a muscle. Worse, you swear you feel something in the room with you. Watching, waiting. Welcome to sleep paralysis, the charming overlap between dreaming and waking life. It happens when your brain starts to wake up before your body has switched off dream mode, so you're stuck in a temporary lockdown. And because your brain's a drama queen, it often throws in hallucinations. A figure in the corner, footsteps, maybe that creepy breathing sound you can't place. Science says it's harmless. Your heart says it's a near-death experience. And let's be real, Being frozen in bed while your mind conjures a horror villain is about as fun as a surprise tax audit. In short, sleep paralysis is proof your brain can be both the warden and the prisoner in the same nightmare. Number 4. The Endless Maze Escape Room. From hell. You're lost. Maybe it's a giant mall, a twisting cave, or some bizarre city that keeps folding in on itself like an origami nightmare. No matter where you go, every turn just leads you deeper in. These dreams usually show up when you're feeling trapped or overwhelmed in real life. Psychologists think they're your brain's way of acting out problem solving. Except instead of solving anything, it just leaves you wandering in circles like a bad GPS signal. And of course, dream logic makes sure the exits don't make sense. A door leads back to where you started. A stairway goes nowhere. You might even find the same stranger 3 times, just staring at you like you're the weird one. It's like your brain decided to combine a video game level design with a dash of Saw for flavor. No prize, no escape, just the quiet satisfaction of watching you panic. Number 3. The Public Humiliation Fashion Show. You're out in public, everything seems fine. Until you look down and realize you're not wearing pants or shoes, or in some cases, anything at all. And of course, this is happening in front of your boss, your ex, and somehow your entire graduating class. This classic nightmare is basically your brain holding a giant mirror up to your insecurities. Psychologists say it's linked to vulnerability and the fear of being judged. Back in prehistoric times, being exposed could mean danger. Now, it just means Dream You is giving the world a free viewing party you never agreed to. The best part? In the dream, no one really reacts. They just sort of look, and that's worse than laughing. At least if they laughed, you'd know what they were thinking. Instead, you're left with that unbearable silent judgment. In short, it's your subconscious throwing you on a catwalk you never signed up for, just to remind you you're not as cool as you thought. Number 2. The Disaster Remix, Planes, Trains, and Total Chaos. You're on a plane, or a boat, or a train. Everything is calm until it isn't. The engine fails, the waves get higher, the track suddenly ends. Your dream turns into a Michael Bay movie in under 5 seconds. Nightmares about transportation disasters often tie back to feeling out of control in waking life. Your brain uses the vehicle as a metaphor for your life's direction, and in true dramatic fashion, it makes sure that direction ends in flames, waves, or a spectacular derailment. And of course, there's nothing you can do. You're just strapped in, watching disaster unfold like a VIP guest at your own anxiety premiere. It's the ultimate reminder from your subconscious. Hey, you don't control everything, and I'm going to make you feel that in IMAX. Basically, it's your brain's version of turbulence. Except you can't press the call button for snacks. Number 1. The Everything Explodes Grand Finale. You're somewhere ordinary. Your house, your office, maybe a grocery store. Then, out of nowhere, the world decides to go full apocalypse. Explosions. Fireballs. Buildings collapsing like they're made of Legos. People running in slow motion while you're somehow stuck in place. This nightmare is basically your brain's worst-case scenario reel. Psychologists think it's tied to deep, generalized fears, the kind you can't always put into words. Your subconscious just bundles them all up, adds Hollywood-level chaos, and hits play, while you're defenseless in dreamland. And let's be honest, your brain always makes sure you're just far enough away to watch it happen, but close enough to feel the heat. It's cinematic cruelty at its finest. When you wake up, you'll probably feel that weird post-dream relief, the "thank God I'm not actually on fire" moment, quickly followed by the uneasy realization that your mind is capable of creating a blockbuster disaster without a single dollar in special effects. In other words, your brain is both the director and the villain in this movie, and you never even got a script. That's it. I will make more videos like this. Subscribe so you don't miss out.